which started as a music festival, has become more of an arts and creativity exploration. Now it's become, for most people, more of a participatory arts event. We encourage a lot of collectives to get involved by giving them grants and giving them the capacity to express themselves through various action camps and art pieces. So the festival is now full of participatory activities organised by different collectives, which gives it a huge richness and diversity and encourages the people who come buying tickets, which is slightly more than half of the total people on site, to get as involved as possible rather than being passive participants of a music festival in the traditional sense. So it's really about building a community and a culture that encourages people to get dressed up, have fun, express themselves and do unusual activities they might not have, a kind of free-fall creativity for the weekend. So what Limina is about linking people to spaces and creating community in spaces all through different groups of people. So we've done a variety of events. We are looking to link workspaces in the city, but also play spaces, fun spaces, to live spaces and the equivalent in rural areas. So it's about creating venues where that can happen, but also events where people can experience community, which in a sense we think is the key to sustainability rather than just carbon footprint reduction. It's about people understanding and creating a culture amongst themselves of self-support and care and hospitality that can then be extended out beyond their immediate community to the wider community, to the nation, to the planet. So we think that it kind of starts at home with relating in a different and more caring way to those around you. So the events and venues that we are creating are about initiating that process and giving those people the experience rather than just simply the understanding to take that on and use it in other ways.
In the Limina Tent at the Secret Garden Party, the main activities were hosted by Body Gossip, Mind Apples, Scatter Collective, and Limina.
The events that we put on during Secret Garden Party were about allowing people to express their experience of the Secret Garden Party.
Body Gossip had covered couches in fabric and written questions on them, such as what does your body mean to you, or what does your soul mean to you. So they did a really great job at inviting people into the Limina Tent to have a seat, and then inspired them to just leave some thoughts behind on the sofas.
Mind Apples was an attempt to harvest people's thoughts, and we put 6 post boxes around different areas, very different areas around the whole site, where people could post their 5 a day for their mind on little apples, which were collected every day and hung on the tree, which created a kind of a cloud of people's thoughts and a fantastic harvest.
There was also a troupe of people giving away tea by donation, herbal teas, and making prescriptions for people based on their ailment, what they thought they needed. That also encouraged a lot of people to come and sit around the tent. So we had multiple ways for people to put a really high commitment into giving their ideas, like coming to the workshop, or really low commitment, like sitting around and having a tea and chit-chatting, or writing ideas on a sofa. So we really tried to appeal to the wide range of festival goers.
The Scatter Collective created a giant 3D map which allowed people to make their tents their favourite areas and then remodel the map to how they'd like it, or write on the tents or their creations what they would like to see.
We had built a fabric map of the Secret Garden Party site and got people to build what it was or what it is or what they imagined it could be.
In fact, we had one cloud that looked like a nice sunny cloud that someone made rain from it. I don't know what that tells you, but and then the Limina aspect of it was to use the map springboard to discover what people's ideas for next year were and vision what we might be able to do to improve people's experiences. So the Limina at the Secret Garden Party was a celebration of the community that we built through the Secret Garden Party and an exploration into what more it could be and how it could enhance the experience of community that it already creates. So we were trying to use the learnings of the Secret Garden Party and the temporary community to give people some inspiration that they can use to build more long-term healthy communities in other areas of the country or the globe.
We had a collaborative conversation on the last day of the Secret Garden Party about ideas for the future, and many of them were around this permanent community building at the Secret Garden Party. And one idea that came out was focusing on essential human needs like water and how important water becomes at a festival. Though in our everyday lives we might think, oh, water, it comes, it's from the tap, it's just going to keep coming. And using that as a communal gathering spaces, so I'm going back to community roots.
One of the things that we've got to work on in the future is, although we have the community and people, there's a kind of tribe of Secret Garden Party goers, within that there are lots of different sub-tribes. So we need to create an overall much more caring and respectful culture within that tribe, which is more respectful of the litter problem, graffiti, just looking after the site and the tents and things in it. And also we think it would be nice to host spaces and kind of allow people to express their own sub-tribes within it, whether you're into dance or whether you're particularly into art or creativity and free performance, just to allow different areas and different identities to evolve within the overall picture. So that's one of the things that we are going to work on next year, which came from the feedback from some of our sessions.
A lot of the conversations that happened were about this amazing temporary community that gets created during Secret Garden Party. 20,000 people come together, express their dreams, and are really creative and use their imagination. And then it all gets cleaned up after a few days, and people go back into their everyday lives. So through the Limina Tent and the activities taking place there, we were trying to explore how to bring those imaginative, creative, fun conversations back into our daily lives. So often we get asked questions about what we want the future of our city to be without ever getting the opportunity to think about what's possible. So we really wanted people to start dreaming.